Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Wednesday trading. I think we are waiting this afternoon for a red folder. And yes, so we do have a medium impact folder at 10, which is right here, existing home sales. So that's coming out at 10 o'clock. And then at 2 p.m., we have FOMC meeting minutes, which will be released. That's supposed to be a high impact. So we should get a bit more volatility in the afternoon, but it will take us about an hour after the session begins. And we just take a peek at what's been going on through the London session and also overnight. So we got consolidation after the market reopened yesterday. London session began right here, and we see the London session bought up. So it pushed much higher than price was trading yesterday. Let's see, we took over the high that was from Friday morning at 6 a.m. That high has been eclipsed from this morning's big push at around 7 o'clock candle. Oh, that's right. So yesterday, this was a bearish fair value gap right in this area where you see these wicks. So price was trading up into the bearish fair value gap and then back down to the bullish one, back up to the bearish one, back down to the bullish one. So price was kind of stuck in this range. And then we saw during the London session, price traded above and closed above. So that bearish fair value gap is now gone. In doing so, it created two more bullish ones. So we'll look and see what that does for price just by looking at the price structure now. I would imagine that this is going to provide some level of support up until we get to this area around 105 flat. So we'll continue to monitor that this morning. Remember, we do have medium impact fold news at 10, and then at 2 p.m. we have the high impact. Okay. All right. If you remember yesterday, the Dow was considerably weaker than the other two. In some cases, it was trading lower where the other two were trading higher. And then in other cases, it just consolidated where it wasn't really moving higher or lower. And Nasdaq yesterday was the strongest of the three, continuously pushing higher, eclipsing, making a new high, a new all-time high earlier in the day, and then eclipsing that later in the day. So we had two new highs created yesterday, whereas S&P caught up later in the day and finally eclipsed its previous high, which I have marked here at 53.49. It finally was able to get that. Actually, no, it looks like we got that last night at 10 p.m. It had eclipsed the previous day's high. That's what it was. It eclipsed Monday's high, but not the all-time. Now the all-time has been taken as well from S&P. So we'll see with the dollar pushing higher whether indices want to push lower this morning as it anticipates news and then look to push higher once the news comes, or whether it pushes higher prior to news and then once the news is released, we see lower prices. All right. Yeah, just give me a few minutes just to get reacquainted with the market here, and then I should have a better indication of what's happening and where we're going. So I do like the double fair value gap down here. So we have the larger one coming from last week, and then we had one that was created yesterday morning. It's right on top of it. So if we do see a retracement, then we should get a bounce out of there, and that's if we get the retracement. We just measure this up just to see how far we've traced so far. Not quite 50%. If we go candle body to wick, then we're in between 50 and 62%. So I don't know. I would venture to guess that we may see a slightly deeper retracement, but ultimately we're still bullish. Let's measure S&P. Okay, so S&P has done a retracement past equilibrium. It's now a little bit higher than equilibrium, back into premium pricing. All right, pray and trade, JR, El Jefe, HCE, Deepak. Good morning, everyone. How's it going? We lied, Brad. What's up? Right, as far as our session highs and lows are concerned, both highs, Asia and London, are still open. Traded up during the Asia session, made a high, traded lower. We have not returned to that level. During the London session at 2 o'clock, created a high, traded lower. We have not returned to that level either. So the Asia London high are open. Asia London low have both been traded to. And now we wait 10 o'clock to see where the New York high and lows are. At the current moment, New York high would be here at 812, and the New York low would be down here, right at the fair value gap at 786. So pretty small range for New York at the moment, but we'll see where we are in 30 minutes. Hey, Robin, welcome back. How was your trip? Ketty Gonzalez, how's it? Good morning. Min, good morning. That it was. Glad you had a good time. Glad you enjoyed yourself. Jay Stock, what's up? Good morning. Got about 2 minutes till the opening bell. So I drew up a breaker here and sent price lower. Price is traded back to it once, twice, deep, 3 times, and a fourth, rejecting out each time. And so we'll see if it survives the opening bell. But as of now, it has been holding price below. All right, so we just had a sweep of all the highs since 3 o'clock. Not quite the London or Asia high. Okay, maybe it's going for those now. All right, we'll remove the London high since that's been traded into. Okay, there's the Asia high as well. We had a closure outside of the breaker here. Get rid of that. Now, keep in mind, we have already eclipsed the previous day high, which anyone who was on the channel yesterday know that became the all-time high. So as soon as the market reopened at 1800, the all-time high was taken, and then it was also eclipsed again, which became our Asia high. Now that the Asia high has been eclipsed, it's the Same story. It's going to turn into a broken record where we're going to be talking about breaking the all-time high pretty much all day. So that should make trading today a bit interesting since we've already achieved our objective, which would be eclipsing the previous day's high since we're bullish. Hey, Molly. What's up? Good morning. See if price indeed wants to go higher or if we just got a little turtle soup here where it went, took out those highs, and now it wants to maybe um, trade back down to the fair value gap here. Um, yes, well, there's medium impact, so that's not a big deal, but I generally wait until 9:50, 10 o'clock before making a trade. I generally don't trade the opening bell, J stop. We're at 8:20. All right, Deepak, good job. Yeah, I'm looking for it to get down to 790-ish. Sweet, 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 sweet. All right. Feel a little better now. Yeah, Deepak, I had a demo on from exactly where you got in at 820 with a 790 exit. Still not comfortable enough with the opening bell to take a prop firm trade. Oh, 284. Okay, Brad. Okay, probably 824 is what you meant. And close at 802. Right. Yeah, I figured. I was like, 284. No, good job, Brad. You were better than me. I got in at 820. You did 824. Holy, it's crazy. Okay, so Molly took the live trade. Sweet. I should have. I should have. But yeah, I stick to my rules, and opening bell is just not part of it. All right, so we had a trade up through the session highs that hadn't been traded to, which was London and Asia. Once that occurred, then we had a trade down. Looks like it took out consequent encroachment of this wick right here. Let's just take a look over and see what the opening bell has done for all the indices. Just make sure we're still in sync, or check and see if we are in sync. Let's start there. All right, so we can see the dollar is pushing lower. And I measured before, it already had eclipsed 50%, at least I believe I did. It's still early. Yep, so just past 50%. So it has traded down into discount. So we'll see if it wants to go higher or if it is looking for this fair value gap that's just below, down at 104.7. And then maybe we can see a rebound from there, pushing higher. And for the Dow, we see a rejection out of the bearish fair value gap just above. The opening bell, it ran up in there, taking out the London high, I'm assuming. Let's see, 4 a.m. Yep, that was a London high that was swept. Asia high for the Dow still has not been traded to. Is relative equal highs up here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get up here before the end of today. All right, let's see, S&P 500. Okay, it did not trade above London high or Asia, any of that. But it is bullish at the moment, so we'll continue to monitor that. And of course, we were watching Nasdaq, and we saw it sweep the Asia high, then we saw it sweep the London high, and a push lower, and now it's recovered most of that. So we do not have our indices are not in sync at the moment, so we're still looking for that. It could be the news event that'll get them back in sync, but at the moment, we have our leader as far as bullish momentum is concerned is Nasdaq. These two are pretty much equal. So if you wanted to short today, you might be looking for the S&P as your pair to trade. You're looking for longs, probably favor Nasdaq. And we'll continue to watch the dollar to see where it trades to next, whether it finds the fair value gap below, or now that it's already traded to discount, whether it pushes higher into the fair value gap above. A lot of that will be determined in the next 10 to 20 minutes. We are entering the macro, which in the middle of the macro will have a medium impact news event released, and we'll see what that does for us. Right. Okay. Hey, Ray, what's up? Good morning. Okay, Deepak, you think we may have a, what do they call it? A seek and destroy? Yep, I appreciate it, Brad. Yeah, I'll continue to backtest the opening bell. I haven't done enough for me to feel comfortable actually taking the trade. Um, but taking that one demo trade, it does give me a little bit more confidence, but not nearly enough to take a prop firm trade in it. All right, let's drop time frames here, get down to the 1 minute. So not quite taking the high yet. So we'll see if it just kind of stays in the range. And if it stays in the range, then that may be what the news event is waiting for. All right, once again, a new high this morning. Mm, long from here. All right, everyone, we got a medium impact news event coming in about 3.5 minutes. I'm going to go and refill my coffee. I'll be right back. 9 to 817. All right, Brad, good job. Yeah, Brad, we have high impact news at 2 p.m. So no telling what it's going to be like for this next 4 hour candle between 10 and 2. All right, Bob. And here's the news in 10 seconds. 1.25 standard deviation from the retracement of last year is at 18,843. J stock at the moment, no, I'm not looking for an entry. I want to see what this news event does, how it prints the candles in the next handful of minutes, and then we'll go from there. think Deepak might have been onto something. Okay, Brad, I got you. Yeah, that's also why I still don't like trading the opening bell for that same reason. Give it some time to do what it does. You were selling and your stop loss was hit. Hmm. Right, so we're in our final minute of the macro. So let's get back up to the 5 minute. Hey, Vivian, good morning. What's up? Now see what type of retracement we received. All right, so we got a low 62, almost a 71%. We do the move down. We've had a retracement of 62% as well. I have a bullish bias. Aeon. It looks like price is still trying to find its footing. Got a lower time frame here. You can see that it's just swept a high there, push lower into the fair value gap here. And this is a 1 minute fair value gap. But so far it's just consolidating at the moment. Even so, here's the 1 minute. Here's that fair value gap I talked about. So a good reason not to have taken a position here. All right, so we're back down to consequent encroachment of the breaker here. Put a candle body right on top. So now we'll see what this next candle's reaction is, whether we get a run back up to the top to these highs, or if we get a failure and it pushes lower. We have relative equal lows right here. Good start to this candle, but we still got another 30 seconds left. So we need a little bit more energy. We need to eclipse the previous candle and possibly the previous two, if it's going to show enough energy to really push higher. All right, so push a little higher than the previous two candles. Wicks, let's see how it closes in the next 20 seconds. See if it can still be as strong as it is now. That may lead to the following candles getting back up into this area. See if we trade higher than this box here. Sometimes I'm on there, where I'll put in maybe some videos that I've been watching that's been helping, or um, like I have my indicators in there. Sometimes I'm in there and I'll put in some comments, but I don't put a lot of trade ideas in there. Some other subscribers do, and so it's really just a way for all of us to interact with one another, as opposed to just myself. The way we do here in chat, where you're just communicating with me, so it's just a community type setup, right? Now I'm open to ideas if there's something that you want. I used to put in my weekend markup, so I would go in on the weekend, I mark up the weekly chart, and then I would post that in there just to show what I was looking for price to do for the coming week. Um, and I haven't done that probably in the last month or so. But if people are interested, I can resume that. And it was not able to break through this candle here. So looks like it traded up just to rebalance this area, and now it's seeking lower prices. All right, so it swept below these equal lows that were just placed before the push upwards. Maybe we are set up for seek and destroy this morning. Okay, pray and trade. All right, I will go back and start throwing it in there. So look for that on Sunday, about Sunday afternoon, maybe. Oh, geez. I mean, that sucks, Brad. Sorry about that. Hey, Amia, what's up? Good morning. All right, we have a situation here where we have declining highs. Looks like a trend line almost. Hey, will it break the trend line? Let's hope so. All right, that wasn't quite enough. Need more than that. I want to see a break at least above this high. So it's a clear break. I no, Vivian, I think you are correct. You are correct. That is what we discussed. But today is a little different. Today is not actually the FOMC meeting. Today is the minutes being released from that meeting. So I guess they have um, the closed door meeting and they jot down everything they discuss. And then they have the press conference. And that's the part that we see first. And I guess the minutes are released a couple weeks later. So I'm not sure we should expect the same events each time the minutes are released, just like when the meeting occurs. But it could be that the minutes and the meetings have the same type of reaction. But you are correct, Vivian. We did discuss that. Yep. As I look at this for 5 minutes, I mean, look at these wicks. This is nasty right here. As far as taking a position and holding, definitely look like scalping territory, as opposed to the wicks on these candles or these or any of the others. See where the consequent encroachment is on the wick down here. All right, so 18,000 flat. And by the comment that Ray just put up there, yeah, Ray, it could do this. It could sweep down, take out this low, hit consequent encroachment of the wick, and then run to the upside. Hey, Queen, morning. All right, well, the fact that you're here, congratulations. Yep. It's okay. Take your time. Take 2 weeks if you need. As long as you pass, it's not going anywhere. All right, for this trend line to keep up, we're running out of real estate. Moving to the right, it's going to have to push lower if the trend line is going to hold. Hmm. All right, there we go. Finally got a definitive push. Get rid of this trend line now. About 7 minutes, we have our next macro, the 1050 to 1110. Maybe that's when price will break out of this range and show us where it intends to go prior to lunch? Lows now. More minutes, and then the macro will be here. See, let me just look at the 5 minute one more time. Okay, yeah. See, even the most recent candle, you see big wick above, big wick below. Or at least we're in sync. All the indices are currently trading about the same, where they have an equal wick above and below the candle body. The Dow just has a much smaller body, but they're all pretty much the same. And USD is back to the value it started at this hour. So definitely been an up and down hour. All right, it's 10:50 now. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Just see how price trades from here. Dollar's starting to show some life, pushing higher now. Yeah, Queen, I would say we're still bullish on the week for sure. But I usually don't like it when, as soon as we open at 1800, it sweeps the previous day high if we're bullish. I like for that to be open for the following day as a target. Really have a rally here? Is this just another fake out? Got 1 minute until the new hour. Equal highs here just got swept just now. Okay, halfway through the macro. It's now 11 o'clock. All right, there's the rebalance there. So let's see if that's enough. If not, we may go for those equal lows at 18,801. uh, yeah, this is entertaining, I guess. But glad I stayed out of it. I've done it too. I've definitely been there where I tried to ride this wave and see if I could catch it. And every time it was invalidated, I always felt like the next one was the one. Let's see if the high that was achieved at the medium impact news event can be swept at this moment over the next couple minutes. And if it can, then let's see if it builds up because we're about 10, 11 points away from 1.25 standard deviation from the retracement of Q4 of 2023. Right, so that high from 10 o'clock has now been taken. Now let's see if it will continue or if we see more of a seek and destroy profile where now it breaks down to the downside. We have those equal lows at 18,801. Okay. Closure above, that's a good sign. All right, let's go back to that idea I had up here way back when. Wow, it's been so long. I've made so many changes. Crazy how far back it was. There it is. Oh man, that was forever ago. Was so we know where we took that out. This was an idea I threw up before we even got to the last macro at 950 to 1010. So if someone took that setup, and let's just say they did, you would have been entering at 1007 and you'd still be in the trade now. Yeah, it's and about half of the time you would have been in drawdown. So it's definitely not ideal conditions. But it exit at 843. All right, retesting the 10 o'clock high. Closing in on our macro. Last 30 seconds here. 8:43. All right. RPG, what's up? Let's get back over to the 5-minute here. Got the last candle starting and stopping right at the all-time at the previous high from 10 o'clock. Hmm. Well, Queen, you're in. That's the good news. Maybe you can up your leverage if it trades back inside. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold off until the afternoon and see what the afternoon brings. Eight 43, 1.5, and a deviation. I think it was like 400 points higher. So it'll probably be another week before we see that. Yep, 9. Oh, I'm sorry, 322. 19,322. All right, Queen, take care. We'll catch you tomorrow then. Yeah, it does seem bullish, Malad. You're right about that. You know, earlier Bob said he was bearish. I'm not sure if he took an entry or not. But if you're a scalper, it's both directions would have worked during the 10 o'clock hour. You'd have just had to keep your TP around 10 handles. Oh, okay, Queen. No problem. No problem. Well, I'm sure 1 o'clock hour we won't have much going on because in anticipation of the FOMC minutes being released at 2. So you probably won't miss too much this afternoon, and especially since you've already met your target goal anyway, so you're good to go. Yep. Yeah, and and when I compare the three together, so let's go back. We can always see that we were stronger with NQ. If you just look at price action, NQ has been traded up, got a nice tracement back down, and then it found a new high above. So here, even on the hourly, we see that NQ has been much stronger. Barely got a trade above there, retrace back down. It made a bearish fair value gap on the way down, and so now it's having difficulty getting out for S&P. Same on the Dow. The Dow created a bearish fair value gap on its retracement, but its retracement actually swept lows. Just like yesterday, when it retraced back down, it swept these lows. So the Dow has been reluctant to be bullish, and S&P, while it has been bullish along with Nasdaq, it's been much slower in doing so and less definitive in creating its position. So yeah, I'll go with Nasdaq if you're bullish and you're looking for longs. It just has been the strongest pair over the last several days. Yeah, Malad, you're right. When I was looking at the weekly profile, the thing that struck out to me was we do not have a down wick. It started and just has been bullish since the opening Sunday at 1800. So I was wondering whether we would get that push down to create a wick, which would then, I thought it may have happened today because the weekly range wasn't so large closing out yesterday. So that would have been good to put in a lower wick today and then, resume bullish for the remainder of the week, which still would have given a bullish candle. If we get into tomorrow and we still haven't taken out the weekly low, then you're right. We could see tomorrow and Friday turn into being bearish, and then we get back into that fair value gap that we're creating right now on the weekly time frame. But I'm looking for this 18,843 to be swept first. So I want to see that level taken, and then from there, we'll see how price wants to react tomorrow. it can finally make its way up to 18,843. Yeah, if I was in this position, I would have to ask myself if these last 5 handles was worth it. All right, Deepak. Catch you later. Don't overdo it. Not today. Yeah, let's look at tomorrow. So tomorrow we have unemployment claims at 8:30. Then we have another high impact news driver at 9:45 with flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. Then at 10, we have medium impact news. So tomorrow after 10, we should be good to go. And we would have had all the news events for the day, including 2 high impact ones. So tomorrow's probably the better day to trade. If you are low on capital, I wouldn't ruin it today, getting caught up in this trap here. Okay, so Queen, you're saying if you go into drawdown, but then you recover and you win your trade, then the drawdown resets. Yeah, Milad, it is. You don't exactly know what the next draw on liquidity is when you're at an all-time high. So that's where the standard deviations and the fib extensions come in. A lot of people like to measure it that way. But yeah, you can still trade when there's an all-time high or low. It's just you don't have that easy draw on liquidity, so you have to decide what risk you're willing to take and how much is enough. Yep. So moments like that. So I have the standard deviation marked up here at 843. So that would be an easy point for me to exit if I was in. Also, I know from a breaker, if I'm in on a breaker, I like to take it 25 points. So that's another easy way for me to exit a trade that I'm in when there isn't a clear draw on liquidity. But just keep in mind, base hits are much more profitable than home runs. We'll go with 843. Yep. My anchor, gotta remember. Hang on, give me a second. It's been up here for a few months now, but I should be able to find it. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here we are. All right, I'll show you how I did it. So it's on the weekly. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I came from this candle here, July 31st weekly candle, from the upper from the body down to the wick here, October 23rd. And when you get to 200%, that's one standard deviation there. And then I have 300%, which is two standard deviation. And then so I just put a Fibonacci between 200 and 300 to then get the 250 mark. And then I put another Fibonacci between 250 and 200 to get the 2.25, which is how I got my my point there. It might be slightly different just because I drew it the other day on this time frame and I didn't go back to my weekly to see exactly where the anchor point was, which I just did just now. But that's how I measured it. And so I've been looking at these standard deviations since we started breaking the all-time high back in January. And I just left it up on the screen. Even as we retraced during April, it's still there. And that's how I also have the 1.5. Okay, so I think my original measurement had 1.25 standard deviation at 878. So I did something different when I measured it earlier this week. But anyway, that gives you an indication of how I measured it so you can do it the way you like. Oh, okay. Oh, HCE. No problem. Glad you enjoyed your time here, and hopefully your time away is something fun or something that you're looking forward to. But yeah, we'll catch you when you get back. Nice, Queen. If you can get that much, man. You're poised for a good summer, I'll tell you that. $1 a day, 1.2 mil. Ooh, that's what 12 grand a day, Queen. A tenth of a percent a day will give you about 6 grand a week. Yes, it is. It's amazing. And make sure you save some of it just in case prop firms decide that they're no longer going to be in business. You will have made enough money to have your own account that size, or not that size, but a sizable account where you can trade your own money. You can put your personal account in there too, and make sure that when you're making money at the props, you're also making your own personal funds. Mhm. All right, so we are definitely disconnected now. Let's go and take a look over at how we're trading on the other indices. All right, and you can see that disconnect where we're bullish here on NQ, and those bearish fair value gaps above is pushing S&P down, as well as the Dow. They're both pushing lower with the dollar. So they're doing the same activity as the dollar right now, where they should be an inverse relationship. And now we're seeing it on Nasdaq, which is good because that's what we're trading. But we do prefer to have all the indices in sync. Yeah, Queen. I was thinking the same thing was to still have TradingView since that's what I'm comfortable with, and then just have executions going on either Tradovate or some other platform that'll copy trade for me. But yeah, getting it off of TradingView is a choice I'd rather not have to make. Oh, pray and trade. No, I like TradingView. I really like TradingView. It's just that TradingView may not be able to copy trade multiple different prop firm accounts, and so you may have to do it in another platform. And so the issue is, I'm so familiar with TradingView and marking up the charts and having, just being familiar with the platform that I'd rather trade in TradingView. That was one reason why I chose Topstep, was because it allowed integration with TradingView. That's a good point. I still have my because I re-up every year during Black Friday. I still have TradingView subscription until probably February of next year. Mhm. Right, so we had a retracement back into the fair value gap here on 5 minute, and a rejection out of that area. Now it still hasn't eclipsed the highs of the previous. So for the last 40 minutes or so, we've been in this same area, similar highs, similar lows. It looks like it's just waiting for its next expansion. All right, let's see what reaction we get at consequent encroachment. Oh yeah, I saw a video yesterday, and it was because I was trying to figure out what was the difference between on Apex, the rhythmic or the Tradovate accounts. And I saw a video yesterday. Some guy had a comparison chart on what the commission fees are on both, because it's strange how it's actually different commission fees on rhythmic and Tradovate. But between the micros and minis, it looked like let me see, one mini was about, I think it was $3 for the round trip, the round turn. And then the micros, it was about $1. So if you did 10 of them to be equivalent to a mini, it was about $10 in fees versus three on a mini. Now there's only a difference of like $7. So you're talking about two ticks would cover that. But I did see that that was a difference there, and thought that was interesting that they would charge you so much more for a micro versus a mini. Yep. Five more. That's a good point. Yeah, so everyone, just so you're aware, Apex is running a special on the 250,000 accounts that it's priced now at the 50,000 account level. So it allows you to get much more funding if you're able to pass for a much lower price. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for prop firm accounts, or you're looking to join the arena. Apex right now is running a great deal where you're able to get a $250,000 account for the price of their normal 50,000. So it's about $19 or so, 18.70, something like that, which is very affordable if you're able to pass. Now, if you're not skilled enough to pass, then I wouldn't jump in there. But if you've been trading for a while, and you know how to trade, and you have your discipline, and you have your rules, and you're ready to make that leap, um, right now would be a great time to jump in on Apex. Hmm, okay. Oh, get a coupon code of like my username or something. I should try to do that. You're right. Yep. And if any of you are interested in Apex account, there is an affiliate link in my description, which helps support me and the channel. Here's the link for anyone who's interested. Okay. Yeah, I still haven't even looked at NKD just to see how it moves or yeah, what the like daily ranges are. I haven't looked at any of that. All right, so we did hit consequent encroachment here, which also tapped the breaker once again. And about 2.5 minutes, we'll see our final macro of the morning session. Yeah, the good thing about NKD is it allows you to trade the Asian session for those who are working during the day or have limitations on their schedule. And that's a good way to be able to trade in the evenings. Okay, $500 stop loss. And here we are into that weighted into the macro 1150. The bottom just fell out. I guess we do have one here on the 1 minute. But I really wouldn't consider this in here just because it's just a consolidation zone away. So I would have started it here and down. But then we never had a trade above. Now, if we had traded above just a little bit and then lower, then yes, I would have put a breaker up here. But since we didn't, I would have put it here. Right, so we did sweep those equal lows. Remember we had the equal lows over here? Let's see. Hmm. Right, so it did trade back in the consequent encroachment of a bearish breaker inside of a bullish one. So that's something we'll have to monitor. Let's pull the bullish one back since it's the older of the two. Nice, Brad. You won a trade and didn't even realize it activated. Yeah, it's what the macro can do sometimes. You'll see that there are a set of instructions that are set for that time period, and it happens. Mm. Yeah, sometimes when it moves extremely quickly, the stop loss doesn't activate immediately. But yeah, Milad, let's regroup and try to see if we can find a better setup this afternoon. All right, everyone. We've come to the end of the morning session. I want to thank you for being here and watching the market with me this morning. Unfortunately, it didn't provide us with a decent enough entry to take something this morning. We were just more or less tape reading due to the afternoon news event that's coming at 2 p.m. So we're expecting that high impact news driver to really move the market. 1 o'clock, we'll watch it this afternoon and see what we get, but I'm not too optimistic. We'll probably be waiting for the 2 o'clock news event before addressing the market. But again, thanks for being here. On your way out, make sure you like the video. We only have 39 likes and we had about 300 people in this morning. So that's a little more than 10%. So if you could like the video on your way out, if you're new and you haven't been here too many times, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you're getting invites every time that we go live. And you also get a reminder if you forget, or if I'm away for a week like I was last week, you'll get a reminder when I come back. Again, thanks for being here, and I'll see you in an hour. Take care, everyone.